Hi everyone, my name is Tony Abadula and I'm one of the student health nutritionists here at Duke. If you've been having issues recently with pressure or burning behind your breastbone, dry cough, having to clear your throat often, or even food sliding back up into your throat or your mouth after eating, you're probably experiencing symptoms of what we call acid reflux, or you might commonly know as heartburn or indigestion. Whatever you call it, the issue is still the same, is that the food and the acid is not staying in your stomach. It's sliding back up into your esophagus. And that, in the short term, causes discomfort and it's not very pleasant, but in the long term, it can cause some damage to your esophagus. So we want to think about how we can help you manage your symptoms by making a few lifestyle adjustments. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and the information that I'm sharing with you, you can find at the Duke Student Health Nutrition webpage under Nutrition Resources. So let me share this page with you. There we go. Now, when we think about lifestyle adjustments, we can think of it into two different categories. So thinking about what you're eating and then how you're eating. So if we think about what you're eating, we know that there are certain foods that are more likely to trigger symptoms of acid reflux. And those foods are commonly things like citrus foods or juices, so like orange juice or pineapple juice or grapefruit juice. We know that acidic foods like tomatoes or tomato sauce and then very heavily spiced foods can also cause issues. Fried foods, greasy foods, those are all issues, can cause issues. And then foods that contain caffeine like chocolate, particularly dark chocolate, or tea or coffee may cause issues. Now, for some people, there is a threshold in the amount of these foods that you can take in. So you may be able to have a few sips of orange juice, but you may not be able to have a 12-ounce glass of orange juice. So that takes a little bit of experimentation on your part to figure out, well, how much can I tolerate? The other thing that might be a problem um, are over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen, or aspirin. Those medications sometimes can trigger a reflux reaction. So try to notice if that's true for you. The other thing we think about when thinking about managing these symptoms are how we're eating. So we know that when we're eating, when we're stressed, we don't digest our food as well. So trying to employ some stress management techniques, maybe even just doing some deep breathing before you sit down to eat, or eating in a relaxed environment with some calm music. Definitely not working while you're eating. We want to eat and do the thing that causes us the most stress. Also, the pace of our eating is important. If we're eating very quickly, we tend to miss the mechanical breakdown that's supposed to happen in the mouth, and we wind up swallowing a lot of air with big pieces of food that just tends to sit in the stomach longer. So we definitely want to make sure that you're chewing your food very thoroughly. Also, eating large meals. So not saying eating less, but maybe spacing your meals out. Instead of 3 large meals, maybe have 5 or 6 smaller meals throughout the day. That tends to be helpful as well. Then also using gravity as your friend, not laying down or reclining immediately after eating, or even taking a short walk can help move food through more quickly, and help alleviate some of the symptoms of reflux. One tip that I always tell people is to try to avoid chewing a lot of gum, because you tend to swallow a lot of air um, when you're chewing gum, and that can just cause some bloating and some extra take up extra space in your stomach, and we don't want to do that when you're having frequent reflux. So you have to be a little bit of a detective when you're trying to figure out what's going to work for you and what's not going to work. If you need help, you can always reach out to one of the student health nutritionists, either myself or Franca, or definitely if your symptoms are not getting better and you've tried many of these techniques or recommendations, and definitely contact your healthcare provider to talk through what some other options might be. Thanks for joining me today, and hope you're feeling better soon.